What's going on, everybody? Don't have the most entertaining news today, but some things that'll definitely bear some fruit down the road, I think. The big general news today is just some of these Trump appointments are going through. Tulsi Gabbard, she has been successfully appointed. I can't even remember off the top of my head what she was appointed as. Why am I blanking on it? Fuck. The National Security is what it is. So she's going to head that up. And RFK, Director of Health and Human Services, or whatever they call it, Secretary of Health and Human Services. Health and Human Services is a huge program that they have a lot of stuff under that umbrella. And like I said, I mean, them being appointed and actually successfully being, confirmed is the word I was looking for, sorry. Them being confirmed doesn't really mean a whole lot. The thing is going to be, what do they do with it? So I hate to do this every single time I talk about something, but it really is like we just have to wait and see and see if they're a net benefit or they're a negative to the whole process. My hopes are pretty high. I don't really know a whole lot about Tulsi Gabbard, to be honest, but RFK, I know he said some crazy shit about vaccinations and all kinds of things like that, but overall, I'm more interested in the FDA portion of the things he's going to be looking into with food products and the additives, preservatives, artificial things that are all in our food in the United States, especially like the things that Europe bans, these dyes and certain preservatives and these dyes that other countries are like, no, you can't put that in the food. It's toxic. And the United States is like, no, go ahead, just do whatever. Meanwhile, our obesity rate is just the highest of damn near any country in the world of a large developed country. So I hope something good comes out of that. The vaccination stuff, I don't know. I get it with the COVID thing, but overall, I think if he just really promotes, hey, let's get real foods in here. Let's keep it as simple as possible, whole foods, natural as possible where we can, and promote some exercise around here. I think there's good benefits that can come out of this. And some education, I think, is really what's needed more than anything else. I don't know if they have to get in the schools, do something, but educate people about the things they eat and the things they do to protect their health. Honestly, it's probably the biggest thing you can do, and it's purely on you. So I hope RFK gets something done in that aspect in a good way. And outside of those two things, I know there's another confirmation that's going forward. It's not complete, though. Patel, he's head of the FBI director. We'll see what happens with that as well. It's the same thing. We'll see if he gets confirmed, and then hopefully we can turn some things around that are negative and get it moving in the right direction. That's all that matters. And we'll see if these Trump picks are worth their salt in the end. And then, honestly, the only other news, like I said, it's a similar thing where it's like it's not done yet, but Trump and Putin are kind of in talks or planning to be in talks for peace in Ukraine over there and the war over Ukraine. I don't know how you feel about it one way or the other. I'm very much on the side of I don't think we should be over there, pretty much, period. Like, I don't subscribe to the thing that Putin, if we let them take Ukraine, they'll take everything. I don't think obviously it's in Ukraine's interest to fight them. Like, if they invade your country, fight them. But, I mean, how much are we willing to give as far as money and weapons to Ukraine? I don't know. We've given a lot already. I'd say we're getting close to that's plenty. That's enough. Plenty of people are dying. You got to end it if you can. I think Biden was a little weak on this, and it honestly resulted in more deaths than it should have. Ukraine is decimated in a lot of ways, and I mean, Russia's so big, I don't think major population centers of Russia have really been hit in any way, but they've definitely lost some people. I mean, there's probably a couple 100,000 people on each side at least that have died at this point. I know they come out with numbers. I'm not even going to talk about it because they're just guesses. We have no idea. You won't know until way later, and even then you don't ever really know, but plenty of people have died in this war, and honestly, senseless, I don't know if that's the right word, but at this point we gotta put a stop to it. So if Trump can successfully negotiate that, even if Ukraine has to make some concessions, I think that's a win. Overall, in the United States, we're way across the world. Obviously, we have interest in Europe, NATO, all these things. Ukraine's not part of NATO. I know there's natural resource interests and natural gas and all kinds of things going on in Ukraine. But it's time to shut it down, in my opinion. Like, let's try to get out of it. Obviously, we already fought the war pretty much we didn't fight it, but I mean, we spent a ton of money and sent the weapons over, so let's try to get something out of it at least. Don't just let it completely go to waste, but end it if you can. Try your best to try to end it, and we'll see if you can pull it off. I don't know, he made a crazy promise to say, oh, if I'm elected within the first 24 hours, obviously he can't do that. It's a stupid promise to make. I mean, if you're being realistic, I think you would say that's hyperbole. He's obviously just saying he'll put an end to it quickly. I don't know. Any end is good, in my opinion. Just end it if you can. Like I said, I don't think Putin's coming for the rest of Europe. He attacks a NATO country. We're bound to help him. I think Europe could wipe Russia by itself. I don't even think they would need our help, really. So not really worried about that in any sense. So let's quit spending money and quit having people die for no real reason, honestly. And put that money to good use over here where we can, I would say. Like I said, kind of a slow news day, but there's some stuff to look forward to, and I'll be keeping up with it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.